Hello everyone. Today we'll be building Morse code translator. So what is Morse code translator? Let me open the Chrome and search for Morse code translator. Yeah. Basically, let's search for what is Morse code first. So the term Morse code refers to either of the two systems for representing letters of the alphabet, numerals, and punctuation marks by an arrangement of dots, dashes, and spaces. So it will represent the letters of the alphabet, numerals, and punctuation marks by the arrangement of dots, dashes, and spaces. The codes are transmitted as electrical pulses and varied lengths, or analogous mechanical or visual signals. Will not be dealing with the audio in this project. We'll just be converting the text to Morse code and Morse code to text. That's what we'll be doing. So let's start by creating the HTML file. I'll just name this index.html. Let me create style file as well. I'll just name this one style.css. Let's wait for some time. What I'll do initially, I'll just create the very basic HTML template. Let's wait for some time. Yeah, I'll just change the title to Morse code translator. What we'll be doing, we'll be converting the Morse code to text as well as the text to Morse code. What I'll do next, let's link the style sheet, give the name and file. So let's start writing the HTML code. So I'll create div. So what I'll do, I'll give class name of container. So this will be the parent div, right? So next, I'll just give h1. I'll make use of the h1, and I'll copy paste the same thing. This one itself, title, right? Morse code translator. I'll copy and paste the same thing. Next, I'll consider one more div. I'll just give the class name input. So next, I'll make use of the label for, I'll give text. Here, I'll give enter text. Next, one second, what did I do? Sorry, did I do anything wrong? Label for text, enter text, label. This is correct, right? Yeah. Next, what shall I do? I'll just take text area. I don't need any name. I'll just delete the name. ID, I'll give text. Rows and columns, I'll just give rows 4 and columns, I'll just consider 50. So this is it for the text area. Next, after the closing of this div, I'll create one more div and let me give the class name buttons. Next, what I'll do, I'll just take 2 buttons. So one second. So what I'll do, one button will name translate to Morse and another button will name translate to text. Let me give here translate to Morse, and in the another button we'll name this one as translate to. So these are the two buttons. Finally, what I'll do after closing of this div, I'll just consider one more div and I'll give class name output. So I'll just consider labels for I'll give a result. Also here also I'll just take, I'll just name the label result. I got confused here. Let me make use of the text area as well. I don't need any name, so I'll just delete the name. ID, I'll give result. Rows will be 4 and columns I'll consider is 50. So this is it for the HTML. So I'll just format this once. So now let's start writing the CSS. So I want to make use of Poppins font. I'll just close this one. So I'll search for Poppins font. Click on the first link. Get font. Get embed code. Import. I'll just copy these 3 lines and paste it over here. Let me consider body. Let me copy the font family as well. So I'll just copy this one and I'll close the website. So the primary font we'll be using is Poppins, and the secondary font, if something goes wrong, then we'll be making use of sans serif. So let's start writing the CSS. Margin 0, padding 0, background color, then display flex, justify content, center, align items, center, min height, 100 view height. So next we'll be styling for the container. So I'll just copy the container from here. I'll paste it over. So width, I'll give 80%, max width of 600 pixel, background color of 333, padding of 20 pixel, border radius of 8 pixel, also box shadow of RGB of 0, 0, 0, 0.3. This is it for the container. Let's style for H1. This one, I'll just copy this one and I'll paste it over here. Text align, center, color, triple font size 32 pixel, margin bottom I'll give 20 pixel. So next let's style for the input and output. So input, I'll just copy this one and I'll give output. I'll copy this one. I'll just make use of comma. I'll give dot as it is class name, right? So let's start writing the style. I'll just make use of margin bottom of 20 pixel. Next, let's style for label. I'll just copy label here and I'll paste it here. So font weight, I'll make use of bold, color, white. Next, let's style for the text area. So where is text area? This one, right? We'll be styling for the text area. So width, I'll give 100%, padding 10 pixel, border 1 pixel, solid triple sub, border radius of 5 pixel, resize of none, font size 18 pixel, color, I'll just give 333, background color, I'll make use of white. So this is it for the text area. Next, let's style for the button. So button, I'll just copy this one and I'll paste it over here. So padding will be 10 pixel and 20 pixel horizontally and vertically. Margin will be 0 and 10 pixel. Border will be none. Border radius, I'll take 5 pixel. Cursor, I'll give pointer. Font size, I'll give 18 pixel. Color, I'll make use of black. Background or background color, I'll just make use of linear gradient. I'll just give to right. I'll just make use of sky blue to neon red, right? I'll just give F 355. If I do anything wrong, here it will be E final. So yeah. Next, transition. I'll give background color 0.3 seconds is high. Button. Let's style for the button on hover, right? I'll just make use of filter. I'll give brightness of 1.2. So this is it for the CSS. Let me format the document once. So what I have done is I have installed an extension called live server. So let's wait for some time. This one, what it does is whenever we make changes in the HTML index.html file, right? So the changes will directly get reflected in the browser rather than reloading the page. The page again and again to see the changes. We can make use of this extension. I'll just close this one. Let me right click and click on open with live server. So what it does, let's check. Let's wait for some time. One second. So what? Something is wrong, I think. I'll just click on open with live server again. So yeah, this is looking like this now. So what I'll do, we can see the black border, right? I'll just give here, come here, text area. I'll just give outline, none. So now the border is gone. So whatever Morse code here will write, I mean, if we can give text or the Morse code. When we click on the translate to Morse, this has to get converted to the, if you are giving the text here, and if you click on text to Morse, then it has to get converted to the Morse code. And if I give the Morse code here and click on translate to text, this has to get converted to the text. So that's what we will be doing with the help of JavaScript. So what I'll do, let me make this responsive by media. Where is this? Is very simple. Just 3 lines of code. I'll just make use of media, max width of 768 pixel. So let's type for the content width. I'll give 90%. So this is it for the media queries. I'll just format this document once. So next what I'll do, I'll create the JS file, index.js. I'll just place this one and below the end of the body tag, right? I'll be making use of script src. I'll just give the name of the JS file, index.js. Let me format this document once and let's start writing the JS file. So initially what I'll do, I'll just consider the object and define the Morse code mappings. For what we have to define the Morse code from A to Z, 0 to 9, as well as for the special characters. For all this, we have to define the Morse code, right? What I'll do, I have already have this one with me. I'll just copy paste this one. This is it, right? Then what I'll do, will reverse the Morse code mapping for the translation from Morse to text. We are translating text from Morse as well as the Morse to text, right? From for the conversion or for the translation from Morse to text, we will reverse the Morse code mappings. So I'll just comment and write reverse the Morse code mappings for translation from Morse to text. I'll just make use of the variable name reverse Morse code map object dot from entries. Sorry, I'll just make use of object dot entries Morse code map will be mapping. I'll just take key and value within the array. Give me a second. Let me consider here value and key. So did I miss anything? 1 second. Give me a second. So here Everything is fine. Sorry. Yeah, next, let's write a function to translate text to Morse code, right? This is the first function. Will be, what are the two things that we are doing? We'll be writing the function to translate text to Morse code, and also we'll write the function to translate Morse code to text. These two things we'll do. That's it, right? So let me comment this one and write function to translate text to Morse code. So I'll just create the function translate to Morse. Just name the function translate to Morse. I'll consider variable name input text. I'll make use of document dot get element by ID of text. Where is this text coming from? This one, ID of text area. We need this value, right? So I'll just copy this one and then paste it over here. Let's get the value. Also, let's convert this one to uppercase by making use of to uppercase function, right? Next, let me make use of Morse code variable. So I'll just set this one to empty string, right? Now, what I'll do, let's iterate through each character in the input text. So for that one, I'll be making use of for loop for let I is equal to 0, I less than input text, length of the input text. Also, let's increment the I. So next, what we'll do, so we'll check if the character exists in the Morse code map or not. And if the character exists, right, then we'll be adding the Morse code of it equivalent to the result string. So for that one, I'll be making use of if condition. I'll just give Morse code map has own property of what? Of input text of I will give Morse code is equal to Morse code plus Morse code map within the array will be given input text of I. Also, we'll concatenate the space, word space, right? Else, what we have to do, if the character is not found, right, we'll add the space to separate the words. How we can do that? I'll just give Morse code is equal to Morse code plus, I'll just add slash. So next, finally, we'll set the result text area value to the generated Morse code. For that one, what I'll do, I'll just make use of document dot get element by ID or result. Where this result is coming from? This one. Within the text area, we have given the result, right? So ID of result, I'll just copy this one and paste it over here. We just need the value. I'll make use of value and I'll set it to Morse code dot trim, right? So next, we'll write the function to translate Morse code to text. I'll just write this one, function to translate Morse code to text. So I'll just create the function and I'll name this function as translate to text. First, what I'll do, we'll get the input Morse code from the text area and split it into an array. So for that one, I'll be making use of the variable name input Morse. So what I'll be making use of, document dot get element by ID of text, right? The same thing. Where is text? This one. I'll just copy this one and I'll paste it over here. We have to get the value and split, right? Split it into an array. So I'll just make use of the value. Let's make use of split. Just leave the space. So I'll just make use of translate text variable name and I'll set it to input string. Now what we'll do, we'll iterate through each Morse code sequence in the input array. For that one, I'll be making use of for loop for let I equals 0, I less than input Morse, length of the input Morse. Finally, let's increment the I. So next, we'll check if the Morse code sequence exists in the reverse Morse code map. This one, reverse Morse code map is nothing but this one. We'll check if the Morse code sequence exists or not, right? For that one, again, similar to this one, I'll be making use of if condition, right? So, yeah, a reverse Morse code map has own property of input Morse within the array. I'll give I. So if it exists, we'll be adding the corresponding character to the resulting string, right? For that one, what I'll do, I'll just make use of translated text. So this one itself is equal to translate text plus reverse Morse code map input Morse of I. So else what we'll do, if the Morse code is not found, we'll be adding the space to separate words. I'll just make use of translate text equals translate text plus, we'll add the space to separate the words, right? So I'll just concatenate the space. Finally, what I'll do, let's set the result text area value to the translated text. For that one, what I'll do, I'll make use of document.getElement by ID of result, where the result is coming from here, this one, right? I'll just copy this one and I'll paste it over here. So I'll just give the value translate text. So this is it for the JavaScript. I'll just format the document once. Let me format all the documents. Let's check now. So I have the Morse code with me. This says actually, welcome to Code-with-Bharadwaj YouTube channel. I'll just copy this one and I'll paste and let me click on translate to text. So nothing is happening, right? Let's check what is wrong. So what are all the things that I have done wrong is, here line number 70, this has to be capital P, and also in the line number 84, this has to be capital P. This is one thing. In the index.html, I forgot to add the on-click event, right? So this will be this one. Translate to Morse, right? I'll just copy this function line, just add here. Again, the second button also I'll just give on click and I'll copy this one. these are the two things that I had forgotten actually. I just format this document and let's check. Let's check now, right? So I'll just open this one. So I have the Morse code that says welcome to Code with Bharadwaj YouTube channel. So I'll just copy this one and I'll paste it over here. Let me click on translate to text. So this is saying welcome to Code with Bharadwaj YouTube channel. So I'll just copy the same thing. I'll just delete this one from the text area and I'll copy this thing and I'll hit translate to Morse. So this is the Morse code that we are getting. So both the functionalities are working fine, right? This is it. Everything is working perfectly. Thanks for watching, guys.